Are you ready?
Born ready.
Okay. So, hi guys, and
Hi
welcome
guys.
to the Joy and Dance podcast. And this is our first live stream, so we are like getting to learn
How it
how
works.
this works, and we are hoping that
Life
this live, yeah. So we are going to share our fertility
journey.
story, journey.
It's a journey because we are still in it.
Yeah, yeah,
We're not
yeah,
there yet.
yeah. So we've been there, we've been there, and then we didn't dare.
We're there.
Yeah,
Felt
yeah,
like we got to the end and then we came back again
hmm
to start from
hmm
the beginning.
yeah. So I want us to start this way.
Yeah.
Go back to the Nigeria is a Beninging. Go back to the very beginning when this whole um this whole
Journey started.
journey started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall we start from when we got married or
We can from when I was diagnosed with
yeah, yeah.
PCOS, as you know, or some of you
Yeah.
do not know, I have PCOS
Or
and
PMOS.
PMOS
Yeah,
now.
I'm able to pronounce it PMOS.
Yeah, you used to struggle before, but
Yeah. So,
you got it right.
hmm
So I think it's our story. It's quite a journey, and we are still on the ride. We've not gotten there yet. So, as you know, getting pregnant with PCOS is kind of difficult. It's not impossible, but it's difficult, you know.
hmm
And I remember when I was diagnosed with PCOS, I had the symptoms growing up as a young girl, but then it felt like it was hormonal, not felt like. I mean, I've been to the hospital after a series of tests. They said it was hormonal imbalance. So after we got married, I went to do some tests with the GP, and the GP said it's PCOS.
Bagan.
So that was when the actual journey started. You know, when you're just a young girl, you're not trying to get pregnant. So you don't really know what it feels like trying to get pregnant with some form of abnormalities in your hormones.
hmm
So in the marriage, I am now actively trying to get pregnant. And then the GP is telling you it's not hormonal imbalance, it's PMOS, the then PCOS. And you know, this is more like an upgraded version of hormonal imbalance, right? So,
Yeah.
how did you feel inside that room when the GP told us when I was diagnosed? Obviously, you were there.
I think for me, when you get married, and I don't think anybody gets married and like, oh, well, am I going to be able to struggle to have a child
Like, have
or
that
not?
mentality,
Nobody just
thinks
goes into
about that.
marriage and like, boom, this is going to be a hell of a journey.
Mhm.
You just get married and like, now that I'm married,
The next
everything,
thing,
like when we're ready. And I think before, when we're planning on getting married, you asked me, when do you want to have kids? And I said,
oh, did I?
1 year after or something. I think I said something like
Yeah,
that.
okay, yeah, I
And
think,
you're
yeah.
like, don't joke with me. Oh, immediately I'm getting pregnant
Yeah,
already.
like 1 year after, because
Yeah,
of school, you wanted
yeah,
to
yeah,
settle in a new country.
yeah. So for me, nothing prepared me for it,
Mm.
and I didn't know how I was going to feel when you got pregnant. I didn't know how I was going to feel, so I was just living every day as it comes, and until when I realized that, well, every day as it comes is not coming, you know. Every day as it comes is not coming, and then gradually it became a very
Bumpy ride.
yeah, bumpy ride. So when we go into that office in the hospital, and they said, oh, you've got PCOS, I was like,
But then again, you didn't know what PCOS means. So I think when she said the diagnosis, She then went ahead to explain
Yeah,
what it means.
I didn't know what PCOS meant, but as long as there's a name,
Mm-hmm.
you understand, as long as there's a name, I
Mm-hmm.
knew that something was not going well, something
Mm-hmm.
was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So if for any reason
Yeah.
um it was like, oh well, everything is fine, everything is good. I mean, before we got to that point when we're like going into talk about PCOS, or sorry, talk about checking if everything was okay, already something was wrong. Because if
Yeah.
something wasn't wrong or if it was not normal,
Yeah.
it was, if it were normal, we wouldn't be there. So because something was not going as
Yeah.
it was
It
meant
was the
to be,
periods.
yeah. So by the time I got in there, they're like, oh, you got PCOS. I was like, oh.
No, not again. What is this? And she
God.
went ahead to say, you're not going to get pregnant like every other woman
Hmm.
because you have some issues in your hormones, your ovaries, and not
Hmm.
like the
Hmm.
normal kind of ovaries,
Hmm.
that you have issues and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it was just a lot for us to take in, first of all,
Hmm.
before processing, right?
Yeah, it was. And at that point, I was like, like, I don't know if you put yourself in that position where you're like, oh man,
What is
oh
this?
man,
This is not what I was
you
planning
know,
for.
and it just feels like here we it's like here we go, like the floodgates have opened now. What are we going to do? Like, what the hell is going on? And I'm sitting there in that office and be like, oh,
I know.
man, I did not see this coming,
I know.
you know. And I think there was this coldness that was there in the room, and there
And
was
the room was
silence.
cold, coupled with the fact that it was winter.
Hmm.
So everyone was very
Yeah,
cold and
yeah.
chilly.
And there was silence, and like, oh, here we go again, but we left
Yeah,
there, and
yeah,
then the journey started,
yeah.
and the journey really really
It
started,
was a journey.
and there's something I haven't said here, but when you leave, when you go to the hospital and they tell you your journey to having a child just started, literally just started, or became harder, not even started, became harder, a part of you is like, do I even want to?
Am I ready?
Yeah, yeah, that's the
How
word.
long is this going to
Yeah,
take?
it's like being thrown into the deep, endless, bottomless pit, or into oblivion, where you don't know how and when all this is going to end. So everything, just before you get the diagnosis or the result or whatever in the hospital, you're like, I think you're stronger before than
Yeah,
after,
after you've been
because
diagnosed.
you're like, well, this is going to happen eventually, this is going to
Hmm.
happen. But once you get to that point where you're like, this is the diagnosis,
Hmm.
it just feels like you lose hope, you lose faith, and then for a while you just try to like cling on to something, you know but it just leaves you in a very precarious situation, or in a very precarious state, where
Yeah.
you're like, oh, here we go again.
For me, when I go home, I was not in a good state.
Hmm.
Of course, I didn't know what PCOS mean. Now PMOS, I didn't know what
Hmm.
it means. So after that information, when we go home, I think you were in the sitting room, and then I went upstairs to the room, and then I was reading about it. I really wanted to know what it really means, and like she mentioned, there is no cure for it. So that made the situation very, very like not so good, right? So I went upstairs and I was reading about it. I really wanted to know more how to fix. You can't fix the whole situation, but you can fix those symptoms that comes with it. The facial hair, the acne, the ovulation, no ovulation, periods, and all. So I didn't give myself the time to process that information. I just went into looking for solution, looking for how to help myself. So that really put me in a very tight corner. Of course, that is my reality from that day. It's been how many years now? It's been my reality till now. But I think I would have done better. I would have allowed myself to process it, let it settle in before looking for solution. It all boils down to the fact that I really wanted to get pregnant. So this is not the kind of news that I want to hear.
I also think that we as a couple or people who get married, I guess this might be the same story for every young couple. Nothing prepares you for fertility journey.
Infertility, yeah.
Nothing prepares you for, like, it's not spoken enough,
It's not
the the struggle in trying to get
the
pregnant.
trauma,
It's not spoken enough, the struggle in intimacy, the struggle in,
right?
I think at some point it becomes a chore. Like,
Yeah.
if you know, there's a borderline between, am I being intimate with my partner
For
or my
fun,
wife because I want to be, or we are intimate because we are consciously trying to have
trying,
a,
yeah.
like when people used to say we're trying for a baby, people
People
don't
don't really
really
understand.
understand we are trying for a baby, because you're like,
It's
what if
hard
I,
work.
like when you're like, what if I don't do it now? And this was the period where, or this
Yeah.
was the moment.
Yeah, the
I don't want to
fertile
miss this moment,
moment.
I
Yeah.
don't want to miss this window.
Hmm.
And sex becomes a project.
Like you have a timetable for
Yeah, it
sex.
becomes work. And then one of my friends told me of recent, do it every 2 days, you know, because, you know,
Really?
yeah, because them two, they are, they're in the same boat with us,
Oh my
So he was like, do it every 2 days. And I'd be like, so he, you don't know when you're doing it because you want to be intimate with your partner,
Oh
and you don't know when
God.
you're doing it because you're doing it every 2 days, like he says, like you are consciously trying. So sex becomes trying for a baby. Sex is not, I'm intimate with my partner.
Mm,
It becomes, I'm trying for a
for
baby.
baby.
And then what happens after you're trying for a baby and it doesn't work? You keep trying, and it erases, in some to some extent, the joy of, I don't want to use the word joy, it erases
The fun.
the spontaneity of it, because whether you like it or yes, somewhere at the back of your mind you'll be like, is this it?
Yeah.
Like, you're kind of like a test tube, like, I don't do my parts.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't do my part.
So do
So,
you always look forward to maybe months after when we've been intimate for
well, years ago I would say yes, but now, I mean, I've grown over the years. I've Right now I'm in that state where, que sera sera. You know,
um
I'm not I'm not looking forward, and I'm not looking forward
yeah,
to the outcome of it. If it happens,
it
when it
happens.
happens, that's fine. If it doesn't, then it means tomorrow we go
We
again.
go again.
You
Yeah.
know. So you eventually, how did you feel in that moment where, like, you're doing this one, you're doing that one, you're battling PCOS,
Oh,
you're doing a,
frustrating.
how was it for you?
Frustrating, number one. Overwhelming.
Hmm.
When sometimes I just look at myself and it feels like I'm a pharmacist, like I have a pharmacy because of the kind of supplements that I have. Whenever I stumble on any supplement on social media, I try to read the review to see the percentage of people saying positive things about it and how effective it is. The next minute I'm buying it, I'm trying it. So it's not easy that you live on these pills every day of your life. Some days when I skip or I forget to take any of those pills, I feel like I've done something worse. I feel worse, right? It's overwhelming. And then you try your best to manage those pills. The one you're taking in the morning, during noon time, or during dinner time. And I know that's you're saying that compartment thing I have, where you can portion your pills, your supplements in a day. They have the one for 31, that's 1 month. That's quite a very big compartment. So the reason why I got that one is so I keep track of what I'm taking, the 7 days. So there's a supplement for that's going to be effective after breakfast, lunchtime, and before you go to bed.
How does it feel? How does it feel? Because I remember I had surgery, and I know that I had to like take
Yeah.
painkillers
And
and
I was
all
the one
that.
reminding you.
How does it feel as like it must be tiring just
It's tiring.
having
And
to take this
all the
medication
days of your
every
life.
single day.
I know. I was the one reminding you when you had that surgery because I know you're
Mm.
not used to taking medication every day.
Mhm.
Myself, I am used to it. And like I said, it's overwhelming. So I just tried to make it easy for me. That's why I got that compartment. I even take it to work.
Do you sometimes wish
And then,
I don't take like you not take
yeah,
the medication?
yeah, sometimes I wish I am not on those pills for the rest of my life or every day. But then I have to do what I have to do if I want to see improvement. If I'm really in quest of improvement, positive side, I need to do what I need to do. And sometimes I try to give myself break from all of those supplements. I can
Mm.
stop taking them for 1 month, 2 months, and then I'm back again. So it's really, really overwhelming
So
to
when
be
you
in my
take this
shoes.
medication, when you take this medication, and then you realize that the period don't come or you don't get pregnant. Now there's something I want you to be honest with me.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes go behind me
Mhm.
and like start wondering what's going on my mind, or maybe you start like, God, when is this going to happen?
Well, I used to
Mhm.
before I got pregnant last year.
Mm.
I used to worry about you, how you're taking it, how you're processing it. But then you're somebody that does not like coming to me and talking to me about how you feel about this fertility journey, how you feel about me not getting pregnant.
No, I do tell you.
You're just on the encouraging side, you know.
But yeah, that's me telling
But
you.
at times I feel you're human, right? These
Yeah,
things are supposed to go through your mind. You're
yeah.
supposed to tell me how you feel,
Do you want to know
the
how I
good or
used
the
to feel?
bad, negative, positive. Just tell me. Maybe the negative ones, I might not be able to take them lightly, but I just want to know.
But do you want to know?
Yeah, tell me.
So, um, to be very straight with you, yeah,
Mhm.
there's this thing that I have at the back of my mind. Some things that I can change, I will change it. The things I cannot change, I cannot change it. You know. But does that mean it does? I mean, I'm growing older every single day, and
You're getting to 60.
I'm getting, I'm getting to 50 years.
No, 60.
So I work with children, and you know how it feels when like I love children. I
I
love
know.
working with
I
children,
know.
and then you get to that point where it's it's a warm coal to swallow sometimes. You know, like you're doing it and you're expecting results. The
Mhm.
result is not
It's not
coming.
coming
And it looks like every single day the result is further ahead
very
than
far.
you know.
You only know
So
when you started this journey. You
yeah,
don't know
you
the
don't know,
end. You
yeah,
don't
when
know
it's
where
going
you're
to
going to
end.
get there.
At some point, what will you do? We're in this world in pursuit of happiness. So do I want to mortgage my happiness? Do I want to stop being happy because I'm pursuing something that I don't know if it will happen or when it will
When it will
happen,
happen.
or just live my life? So at the early stage, it was horrible. It was a horrible feeling at the early stage. Like I didn't want to even wake up the next day and think that I'm in this space where I'm having to go through this whole shenanigan. You know, I used to wish that I would just sleep and wake up and it's a dream.
Yeah.
And I was nothing prepared me for it, because number one, we're living far away from family. We're living far away from family at the time. We didn't have family like we have now around us.
Yeah.
So, and then it was a new country. I was a student. We just got married. We're trying to like get our lives together
Yeah.
as an international student, as well as you coming in, living. You were a last born. Everything was
I
done
am
for
I'm
you.
still a last born. I'm still the
everything
baby of the
was everything
house.
was done for you. So navigating you being a grown up after everything has been done for you all your life,
And then
and
trying to
then
be
trying
independent.
to be somebody's
Somebody's
wife,
wife.
and I'm the first child,
Oh
and
my god, that part. A last born getting married to a first child
yeah,
with four siblings.
mm,
That is a lot. It feels like
you
I'm
know.
I'm a first daughter.
So
And I can remember my sister-in-law saying to me, "Don't give me your birthright. Don't give me your space in the family. After your husband, you're the next." I said, "No, you are the first daughter of the family. Please hold that one. Let me just hold my space
yeah,
as somebody's wife."
so it was navigating all that, and then go in school. I was in uni at the time, and everything was just different. And then I remember we moving houses,
Yeah.
trying to like get our like how to assimilate into the country, settling. It was quite a lot. And then boom, when you thought the next thing that you want is good news, the next thing you want to happen to you is good news, and then boom, hello, I'm sorry to inform you that your journey has just got longer than
Longer.
like it's like you're going to the next bus stop,
And
and then
then
suddenly you
the
sleep and
driver
you
is
know you
telling
sleep
you
you sleep and you wake up and the driver says your journey is now
two stops.
not even two stops. Like, we don't know when we're
We
going to
don't know
get
where.
there. There's traffic on the road. We don't know when we're going to get there. And then you sleep and you wake up again. Are we there yet? You're like,
No,
no, we're not there
we
yet.
still have a long way
Any
to.
sign that we are close, you're like, unfortunately, I cannot tell you. So
Yeah.
that's how that journey has been for me.
Mm.
And like I said, it was difficult at the initial state, but gradually, like, it is what it
Yeah.
is. I stopped. I would say I stopped believing. I stopped.
Mm-mm.
I stopped past tense.
Okay.
I stopped believing. I just didn't care at some point. I just didn't care at some point. I was like, well, worst case scenario, we'll go and adopt and just have peace.
Okay.
So I started tuning myself out of being in that I want to be
A
a
father.
father mood. I took myself out of that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to live my life, and not even think about if it will happen or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if it doesn't happen in the next few years, then we'll go to adopt and life goes on.
No, IVF first before adoption.
I didn't even think of IVF in the initial stage.
You went straight into adoption.
Yeah, because I didn't even know, like,
You're not sounding like
I
my
was I
sister.
was not in that space where, well, see, to be honest, it was maybe a year ago that I
Yeah.
started understanding how IVF works.
Yeah.
So I did not know anything. And then again, because we're referred to fertility clinic that we never got to,
Yeah.
so I didn't know anything. Every information I had was more like based on what I read online, and I refused to read too much into it
Mm.
because I didn't want to like feel discouraged or something. So it wasn't something that I was like, yes, let's do it. So I did not put too much energy
Yeah.
into wanting to know if there's IVF or whatever. I did not. I just wanted to like, I, like the thing just hits you. So once that thing hits you like that, you're like, you don't destabilize. You've gotten to that point. Like,
So were you worried that I was worried about you? Like,
I didn't grow up. See, I didn't grow up expressing my feelings.
I know that part.
I didn't grow up expressing my feelings. I didn't grow up being allowed to have feelings in the first place. So I didn't grow up being allowed, or it's not something that was common that you are listened to. You are allowed to have feelings. So I grew up that way, and having somebody worry about me and wanting to know how I was feeling was a new space for me entirely. So so I was not worried that you were worried about me, because I was more worried about you than I was worried about worrying about
You
me.
see, that's the thing. That's
But
the
but that's
thing.
what naturally, naturally that's what men do.
Not all
Naturally,
men.
naturally, most men are wired to like worry about you. And again, being in this space where like we're going to eventually talk about it, I guess in
Mm-hmm.
this video or in another live stream, when men lose their children, maybe through miscarriage or
Stillbirth.
stillbirth or whatever, or maybe the child dies after the child was born, at whatever point, when a man loses their own child, I think that first shock is denial, first of all. Number two, how do they process that emotion? And number three, my wife or my partner, my girlfriend, or whoever had got pregnant for me, is my utmost responsibility. Now, I've heard stories where you, as the mother, um, will start worrying about the man just living his life.
Mm,
But some men don't want to lose their manliness, in quote,
mm,
while trying to support you. So you may like think, does he even care or does he not care? Meanwhile, I'm here trying to care about you,
mm.
and you are there trying to worry about me. At the end of the day, there's that friction that comes in, because like you said, is it water that is in your body? Is it,
Why are you
you
not
know
reacting like a human?
do you understand? But me, I'm trying to be strong for you so
Yeah.
that you don't get to like worry, because okay, imagine
Well,
this
I think.
scenario where you come into me and like, oh babe, when will this thing end? Like,
Mm,
I'm so stressed, I'm so tired
mm,
of this thing. When will
mm.
it end?
And then you,
How will it feel?
I don't know, I'm going to feel
Worse.
worse here. I'm going to feel very bad. But then I'm still coming from this side of me wanting to see you express yourself. I know you've always been the shoulder, you've
Mhm.
always been the strong one in every phase we find ourselves,
Yeah.
right? But I still want you to, you're human. I still want you to be vulnerable around me. So, not always acting strong all the time, even when that phase we went through last year, you were acting strong for me. You were being there for me. And I was worried for you. It got to the point where I was calling family, I was calling friends. Please check up on my husband. I am worried sick about him. I am
Hmm.
worried for him. He's acting up strong in front of me. He's trying to put up the brave face. But then I really want to know what it really feels like for him, what he says behind me, what he does behind me. Is he crying? Is he kicking off? Is he grumpy? Like any expression whatsoever. I want to see you do it. Okay?
Well, to be very honest with you, yeah, um, some men express their feelings in different ways.
Yeah.
And like I said, I grew up not knowing how to express myself. I grew up internalizing everything that I feel. And I also feel that I'm able to express myself now more than I have been able to
You are
express
learning from
myself
me.
in the past 30 years. Well, 30 years prior. I'm like way older than 30 years now. So again, I also feel naturally here, the way boys were raised in back home, boys were raised to be strong. You know, when you come back and you are like crying, and your parents will like, "Are you a girl?"
Why are you crying like a woman?
You know, yeah. So imagine you coming into the room now, and I'm like, how are you going to feel?
I know.
You are going to start. If you think you're worried about me now, you have not even started getting worried about me until when you come into the room, and I'm like sulking. I'm rejecting food. I'm just detached.
You see what they say in at work. They said we should be worried, sick about those patients that are very quiet, very reserved, very like keeps to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We should be worried about them more
Mm-hmm.
than those patients that are expressive, like you can see the signs all over them. Maybe they are having fever or they are kicking off,
Mm-hmm.
because those ones, you don't know what they are going through. They cannot express themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever is eating them up will eventually eat them up to the bones before you realize.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I'm saying this is it's better you show it off, once in a while, not often,
Mm.
because I've not even seen once. I'm just asking for once, not for you to show it
I
all the
have.
time. And I really appreciate that. So, yeah, keep it up.
Yeah.
Let it always be like that. So, before we got to this topic
Mm-hmm.
that we just finished, you were asking me how it was taking those, living my life on those
Yeah. Yeah.
pills, on those
Yeah.
supplements. And I think I mentioned it's frustrating, it's depressing sometimes, it is overwhelming, getting to take all of those supplements every day of your life. But then I am seeing the positive side. Some of those supplements are very effective. I am going to say that.
Mm.
They've improved my symptoms a lot. So it's better you're taking them and then you're seeing improvement. That's like that's going to boost you up. It's going to boost your energy up, and then you still want to keep taking them. Than for you to take them and then you're not seeing any positive sign. You're going to be fed up so easily. So it's easier when it's effective, when it's working, and then you're seeing it. You like, my period that has been regular, my acne and all of that. I think they are reducing. There's no active one. It's not been the way it used to be. And then the facial hair I had here.
They be the beards.
I think I used to have like three around here, but then it's just one strand here.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Because I was worried
So
about my shaving stick and the rest. Like,
so yeah, that's a good improvement.
yeah. So next thing we want to talk about is finally we decided to go to see a fertility specialist.
Yeah.
Tell us about the journey to that point,
So
or tell us that experience.
me that
Yeah.
is always making research. I'm
Mm.
always browsing, I'm
Mm.
always reading.
Mm-hmm.
This fateful day, I stumbled on one Facebook page, Antalya, Antalya IVF,
Mm.
and I went through their Facebook page. From there, like the information I got there was not enough for me. I went straight to their website. I was reading reviews. I was checking the price list and everything in the price list, and then I went to TikTok. If I want to get
TikTok.
actual information, real life information, not what they say on their websites, not what you see on Facebook. If I want to get a real life review, I go to TikTok. You see that place? The people there, they will not lie to you. They bring it to you the way it is.
How come I'm just knowing that in your journey in search of solution to fertility issues, you were on TikTok reading reviews?
From this Antalya IVF that I saw on Facebook. So I just took what I needed from Facebook. He redirected me to their website. I went there, I read, I took what I needed. And then the next minute, I landed in TikTok. I even saw myself on Instagram on their page. So I was everywhere, all of their social media platforms. I was there, you know. So TikTok, I watched one girl's video. She was like, oh, she documented the whole process, the whole journey with the Antalya IVF and stuff like that. And the thing that really got me so much interested is their, what is it called again? Their the first appointment was free,
Hmm.
you know. So you can go there, talk to the doctors, free test, free appointment. And I was like, really? Is this even possible? And then I came to you, I said, I think I found a place. I think I found a place. We need to be here. You see this place? We need to go. Like, we need to see the specialist. You know, we need to. They have so many good reviews. I've seen women, they've done IVF for give birth to twin babies, to triplets, to quadruplets. We need to be there. This is free, actually. There is nothing to lose. We are not paying any money. Let's just go there, run the test, listen to what they have to say to us. And you were in for it. Okay, so we went there and we have, obviously it's appointment, because I booked the appointment online through their WhatsApp number I saw on the website. So I was chatting with someone and they booked us in. That was last year, January, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
We went there, we saw the doctor, and after they checked me, they did the test and they said, it's just PCOS. Same thing, everyone is talking, that my womb, everything looks, my ovaries, everything looks okay, but it's just the hormonal abnormality and all of that, that is PCOS. And another thing he said was, since we are young couple, you know, we can still try.
Oh, we're a young couple. I didn't know we're a young couple.
Now you know. So he said, since we are young, like age wise, we can still try naturally.
Hmm.
And he suggested a medication for us that can help induce the ovulation
I
that we
think they
should
said
try.
if not you were trying. Oh yeah, it was no, it was in the hospital that they said they could give you contraceptives or stuff to bring your period.
No, no, no.
I don't even know what that was.
No, it was ovulation he was
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that they were going to give me some medication
See,
to
I can never
induce.
be a doctor because I don't even know.
You're worse at it, but it's good.
Hmm.
So they said they were going to give me the medication to induce the ovulation. And they were quite very honest. You know, some people, they will just tell you, oh, I think you need to come for IVF because of the money or whatever reason. But these people, I really, really want to commend them. Antalya IVF, I really, really want to commend their honesty. They were so
We are not
honest with
paid.
us.
We are
This
not
is
paid.
this is no paid
This is
ad.
free,
This is
and this is not
free.
we advising people to go there as
No, we are
well.
not. This is my story. This is our journey,
Mhm.
our story, you know. So we are not like telling you to go there. This is our
Mhm.
experience with
Mhm.
them.
Mhm.
So based on the one-on-one consultation we had with them, that's why I'm saying I really, really want to commend them. They were so honest, you know, for the quest of money, the way people are really looking for money, sourcing for money, looking for every means to get money. They would have just said, I think you can come for IVF, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the doctor said, I still think you guys can try naturally because you're still very young. And from everything I have seen, everything looks okay, apart from the fact that you have PCOS, you know. So the only thing he did was to recommend an ovulation induction medication for us to go and try. So they were actually two, and I think I told him that I've tried one of them, and the other one was not very effective. So he said to go and try the other one that I haven't tried before. And of
Mm.
course, we were so happy to try it. And he said, try it for 3 months. and see how if it's going to work for you. But if not, you can come back to us whenever you guys are ready for the IVF. And I can remember sitting in that room. I was like, how did I get to this point, really? How did I not like I had too much faith that it was going to happen naturally. But then we found ourselves in that IVF hospital, so it was a lot for me. It was overwhelming. And that was for me. I don't know how it felt for you.
I was just there. I was like, oh, I think before I went to that hospital, I think this is by that time my mindset had changed. Mindset, what?
Yeah, mindset.
Mindset, yeah.
Yeah.
My mindset had changed. And I think I told you, whatever this is going to take, I'm going to be there with you all step of the way.
Yeah.
So it was at that point where I was in for whatever happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in there. I was more like getting to learn, hearing all these things.
Mm.
And when the doctors, like you said, the people that
The
we
team,
saw,
yeah.
the team, they were very assuring and reassuring.
Yeah.
They didn't make us like fear or get
Mm.
scared or like start wondering, are we ever going to get pregnant or not?
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, the advantage that people with PCOS have is that they have more.
Multiple eggs.
Yeah.
Yay!
See, I remember. See, I told you. I told you. So,
Oh my god. Yeah, they
so
have chances of having twin babies,
yeah,
triplets,
yeah,
quadruplets. Yeah.
yeah. So, um, and then eventually I was in there, sitting down there, and like I'm learning. I want to see how this thing is going. I want to see how it's gonna go. And then eventually we left there. We left that place,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got the medication, and you
Yeah.
decide trying. So I was more. I had more faith after that scenario
Mm.
than I had prior to, because again, knowledge is power.
It is.
What you don't know. They used to say in Nigeria, what you don't know will not kill you. But
Yeah.
what you don't know will kill you. If you don't try to know that thing will kill you. So what you don't know will not kill you does not apply on this
Oh
particular
no,
in
you
this
have to know
particular,
what you're doing. Oh.
you know. So getting to know that information, it really broadened my horizon.
Yeah.
And then I started like having that positive mindset and like that faith that, oh, there's a chance.
Yeah.
In as much as I knew the journey was still going to be an unknown journey, or
Yeah.
like and
Unknown
a journey,
destination.
yeah, that you don't know. Yeah, you know the destination, but you don't know how long it's going to take you to
To
get
that
there.
destination. Good.
So but I was ready to like go the long route, like even if it's like this is where we are going, but we need to take like 1,000 roundabout to
Yeah,
get
another
here.
route.
No wahala, let's do it. So um and then that's when we started trying,
Mm.
and then you started tracking. You became conscious of the ovulation. You bought the ovulation kit,
Yeah.
and then the job of trying to have a baby got
Oh,
more intense than it's ever been, because you were more
that
at it.
journey.
You were like more than I was. You were like, oh baby, see this ovulation, so every song in my head was ovulation song, ovulation, ovulation song. So anytime I see your call or your message at a certain time of the month, to be like, is
Oh
this
my
the
goodness.
ovulation call?
Oh.
You know. So I,
Tracking ovulation is one of the most difficult things I've had to do in my life. Just puts me on the ward to work for 12 hours. I know it is draining, but I will do it. I will crack on. I will get to the end. But you see, tracking your ovulation, I track it every day. I bought the box of that ovulation pack that we have, like, is it 31 in a box? That's the one I bought. Every morning, the first thing I do once I'm up, I am checking my ovulation, because it came to the point the periods are not regular anymore. But then I read somewhere that even if you're not seeing period, that you can possibly have ovulation. I think I read that somewhere. I can't remember where, but I read that somewhere and I took it in immediately. Went to buy the box of 31 ovulation strip, and every morning of my life, once I wake up, I am checking my ovulation. I am checking like, and then I have the box came with like a chart, like a book, so, and then a tape
And you and ovulation were doing hide and seek.
back and forth every day.
How did it feel
So,
when you wake up and you use the thing and it doesn't work?
baby,
You'll be like,
every day of my life is so hard. It is. It's so hard. But I think this has become a part of me that I don't worry anymore. You know, when you know that something is now a part of you, is in your routine every day. You know what you're going to do when you wake up. Just makes it easier.
mhm,
You know, I wake up in the morning, I'm checking my ovulation, I'm taping it on the chart, I'm writing the dates, tomorrow the same thing, taping on the chart. But it's okay to get tired, because I
mhm.
got tired at some point and I just stopped. I still have a full box in the room.
Oh, you still do?
I really do,
I thought
baby.
it was finished.
No,
You got tired.
I do. I got tired at some
You're
point
like,
because
I'm tired of living this kind
it
of
was
life.
driving me crazy. So it's okay for you to get tired. It's okay for you to give yourself a break. That's for your mental health. I know even if you stop trying, you stop checking, you're still thinking about it. You feel guilty. You know, when I stop those supplements, I feel guilty. When I stop checking my ovulation, I feel guilty. But then I have to do what I have to do.
Right.
It is so tiring and so overwhelming. But like I said, and I will always say, we are not stopping until we get something positive.
Yeah. So eventually we decided to contact another consultant.
Yeah.
This time around it was in Nigeria.
Yeah, he was in
Yeah. So
Nigeria.
how did
So
you, was it TikTok that gave you that one as well?
no, it was not TikTok. This was a recommendation from my sister.
Oh, okay.
So there's someone she knows that knows this man, and she was like, she called me one day and she said, "Do you want to check this hospital and then read about them and see?" I heard it's a very good IVF hospital in Nigeria. I said, "Say no more." And the next minute, I was on Facebook checking, reading, you know, reading about them, and I saw very good reviews. You know, it was like they were posting pictures of babies, babies that they give birth through IVF. You know, they were posting it on their page. I think every one week or 2 weeks. So it has a very good success story.
Mm.
So I sent them a message on WhatsApp and I was chatting with him. So he said, "Okay, can we talk on the phone?" But it was very difficult for me to get hold of him. He's always very, very busy, I think so. So, but he always come back to me and say, "Oh, I was in the theater, I was busy, you know, blah blah blah, stuff like that." But then we eventually um had this phone conversation finally, and it was like, "Oh, do you have your test results? Have you done any hormonal profile recently? If so, please can you just send me the results and stuff." So which I did, and he went through the results and he said, "Okay, so when are you coming in? This is how much it's going to cost you. Um, this is for this, you know, the price list, everything they are doing, when it's going to be done, how many weeks it's going to take, how many days, how often you're going to be there, like every information I need." And it was really a bogus information. But then I was able to take them in beats, you know, and I think we finally settled for him. Because the reason why we settled for him is because not because it was better than Antalya IVF, like I said, they have good success stories, but because it's another avenue, another chance for us to get to meet our families back home, especially me. I've not seen my mom, I've not seen my sister, my brother for like
100
4
years.
years now.
Mm.
I've not seen them for 4 years now. So I chose that hospital in Nigeria just so I can be with my family.
Okay, so that was why you chose that hospital.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't what you told me that because they were very good.
No, that's one of the reason. No, let me correct myself. That's one of the reason why. Of course, they are very good. They have good reviews. Trust me. But if we are going to go for IVF again, I'm going to Antalya.
Uh, uh, what happened to Nigeria, baby?
I'm going to Antalya.
So back to the story. We're preparing. We've done all the bobo tibo, and then we're preparing to get to go to Nigeria. We had our flights booked,
Yeah.
and everybody was excited to go to Nigeria. And then what happened?
Okay, so that trip was supposed to be in July, and in June, I found out that we were 8 weeks
Yeah.
pregnant. Oh my God, if someone asks me, how did you feel when you found out you were pregnant? Mm.
What was the first song that came to your mind when you?
See what the Lord has done by Nathaniel Bassey.
Mm.
See what the Lord has done. What we waited for has come to pass. See what the Lord has done. This is Nathaniel Bassey's song. He's a Nigerian gospel artist. I love him so much. I love his song so much. His songs ministers to me, it calms my spirit.
Preacher.
It calms my soul.
Mm.
Whenever I'm in a wrong place, in a bad place,
Mm.
I am listening to the song because it has this special effect on me.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
I'm not even kidding.
Mm.
So that was the first song that came to my mind. Or of course, the first thing I did was I was teary.
Mm.
Like I was crying.
Mm.
I've used hundreds of test strip. It's always one line. I have used hundreds. Trust me. But then you finally saw that one test strip that has two red lines. Do you know what that means? This is something I have waited for. This is something I have put in the work for. And then finally, it is happening. I was crying. Like, I was getting ready to go to work that day, but that was it for me. I didn't go to work anymore. I was crying. I went into the room. I was crying. I was shaking. I took another test strip. I saved the urine, of course. I took another test strip to be sure. I dipped it in the urine. Like I did like four test strips in case one is faulty, the other one is not going to be. But in case the other one is, the next one is not going to be. But in case the next one is, the other one is not going to
Imagine
be.
if you had done the second one and it was.
Oh, that's why I was testing and testing and testing, just so I'm
No, imagine
sure.
if you had done the second one and it did not work. Will you go to the hospital and you just like,
No,
you
no, I would
see,
have gone to.
I knew it that this is not happening.
I would have gone to the hospital because I would have just taken the test strip and go to the hospital because I know what I saw. So after I dipped in four pregnancy test strip inside the urine, they all came out with two red lines.
Toka Chinekai.
At this point, I have to drink water.
No. Are you sure this is just water?
It's not just water.
Okay.
So yeah, that was it. And I called Bibi. She was sleeping. I was like, come and see. This thing has happened. I didn't want to tell you over the phone. I just wanted it to be special for you. You're very special to me. So
Why are you holding my
I
hand?
wanted it to be so special for you. So special for you. Right. So I was just taking in the information, processing it. It was only Bibi I told. I didn't even tell any of my family members. I was just processing it, took in the information, and then I was singing. I was worshiping. I knelt down. I was crying. Oh, what God did for me that day. It was it was amazing. So how I finally, so I said I was not going to just tell you over the phone or tell you it's just word of mouth. I needed to make it special for you when I went ahead to buy some things that I'm going to be breaking the news with. I think it was around Father's Day. I bought a Father's Day card. I bought a mug that they wrote the man behind the bomb. What else did I buy? I can't remember. And then of course it was the test strip, the positive pregnancy test strip in the,
There was the
yeah, the
write up.
heart
Yeah.
thing, like a plug, or I don't know what
Mm,
that thing is
mm.
called.
Yeah, it was the plug. Yeah.
So they wrote some daddy kind of thing on it, and I just packed all of them in a box. And I think I just left your place a couple of days.
Mm.
Yeah, I just left your place like 2 days ago. And then I called him on the phone. I need to see you. I need to see you like today. If you're going to work, leave the key, or when you, I said I was going to come that evening, or by then you're back from work.
Mm.
So you were like, what is the problem? I said, don't worry, I just need to see you. When I see you, we need to talk. And then you came to pick me from, I was not even expecting you to pick me. I think I booked a cab already from the railway station. I wanted to get a cab, and then I saw you. I was like, why didn't you tell me you were coming? And we're like, I always pick you up from the rail station. So I had to cancel the Uber and I got on. And what was going through your mind when you saw me?
A tiny, weeny little bit told me that you were pregnant.
Hmm,
Yeah, like
how?
maybe 1%.
Okay.
Maybe 1% of me thought they were pregnant.
Another
The other
percent.
percent, I didn't think about anything, but I knew that a tiny, weeny little percentage, like maybe 1 or 2%, was like I was just suspecting. What if she's pregnant? You know, that's what I was suspecting. I was like, what if she's pregnant? But that's why I said it's 1 or 2% because I didn't want to hope, and then the hope gets
That's your hope.
dashed.
Yeah.
So it was just 1 2%,
Mhm.
and eventually, because we were like
I just
literally like
left
a couple of
two
days,
days ago.
and then like now, so you they miss me. I know say you they always miss me, but I was like,
I was missing my baby.
you know, so eventually you came and put a box on the table,
And then set my camera.
and you set your camera,
At
and
that point, what did you say?
I can't remember what I said.
No, like what was going through your mind when I was setting the camera?
I just knew that this is it.
I was pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, but again, I've learned
not to raise your hope.
not to raise my hopes. So when I saw it, I was like, okay, okay. So what's gonna happen now? So I opened it and I saw the mug,
Hmm.
and it said the man behind my bomb. Or I think I saw the Father's Day card as well. And then the last thing I saw was the
Test strip.
no, not the test strip, the
The Prague.
no, the scan result. Is it the scan?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The
The
ultrasound.
ultrasound, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I saw, and I was like,
yeah. I wanted that
well,
to be
and then I
last.
read and I read that what was written on the plug,
Mm-hmm.
and then for now I'm just a bomb.
Oh,
And it was one of the happiest days of my life.
I know.
It was, I still remember like vividly in my head, I'm going to be the best father in the world,
Yeah, that was what you said.
And I still remember that voice echo every time in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like this thing that we've been hoping and
Finally
praying
happened.
for and wishing for adapt. You know, when your miracle or your prayers are finally answered, you you know, when you read the Bible sometimes, and like David tore his clothes when he was when God answered his prayers.
Yeah.
Sometimes when God answers your prayers, you don't even know how to express
I
yourself.
was in
I was I
tears.
was crying. I was thinking about the years where
We
we've
have
been trying to
waited.
have a baby, and then eventually we're 2 months pregnant. Remember, we went for a party.
Yeah.
Was it a party or a wedding?
No,
It
it was a
was
barbecue
a
party.
barbecue party, and then you drank
Yeah,
alcohol,
alcohol. Yeah. I didn't know I
and
was pregnant.
you didn't know you were pregnant, and we're just living life,
Yeah.
planning on
Having
going to
fun.
Nigeria to
Yeah, because we
do
had booked our flight
so.
tickets, everything was sorted. We're
Yeah.
going in
So the
July.
last thing that we were
Expecting
expecting
was a
was a
positive.
positive pregnancy result.
Yeah.
So that moment, I was sitting down there and thinking about the years of trying to have a baby that eventually happened. I
Hmm.
was crying, I was smiling, I
I think
was
that's the second time I've
thinking,
seen you cry.
yeah, like because
You had tears all
because you
over.
don't
The
know what
tears
it
was
feels
just
like.
going down. I was like, oh my
You don't know what it feels
God.
like to be in that state where
Mm.
I was already thinking, so I'm going to be a dad.
Yeah.
I was already thinking, this is what I'm going to like. Already, I was thinking how the pregnancy journey was going to be like,
Mhm.
how we're going to, build a pen for the baby.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's a baby girl because I've always wanted my first
Yeah.
child to be a
And
baby
I was
girl.
hoping it's a baby boy.
So I
And he
was
was a baby boy.
I was in that state where, and then we're like, we need to call family. We need to call family.
Just immediately.
And we,
And I was like, how about you
yeah.
wait and just digest this news, take this news in, just the both of us before family? And it was like, no, we need to tell our families now.
I'm one of those people that always ignore video calls.
Yeah.
But that day, I was just dialing everybody's number in the family, like everybody gathered. So it was like
Gather.
conference call, and I was like, it just happened. I remember my mom on the phone was like, my mom was saying,
What has happened?
my mom was saying, my mom started singing, "Oh God, I thank you so much. Oh God, you're so good. Oh Jesus, I worship you. Oh, you are
And then my sister-in-law was crying. She was in tears. She knelt
like
down. She lifted her hands up,
everybody
and
was
she was
crying,
crying. Oh,
for almost 4 years. For almost 4 years, trying and trying and trying, and for once, it did not happen.
yeah.
And then we booking the IVF and preparing to go for the IVF, and then 8 weeks after, you were already 8 weeks pregnant and we didn't even
We
know.
didn't know. Yeah.
And then
You see, that's a thing with not seeing your period often, and then your ovulation is not regular. Like, who is 8 weeks pregnant? That's like 2 months, and you didn't even know you're pregnant. No sign whatsoever, no symptoms. I think it was like a couple of weeks later or 2 weeks later that I started having pains around my bulbs, and my GP was like, "Are you sure you don't want to go in for a pregnancy test?" I was like, "I did pregnancy tests like 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago, and it was negative. Don't tell me to go for another pregnancy test." That traumatizes me a lot. And whoever I spoke to on the phone was like, just go and try again. If it's negative, then we can book you in to come and see the doctor. And I reluctantly went into the bathroom to check, and I was pregnant.
at that point, you're like, finally.
See what the Lord has done. That's my all-time favorite song. See what the Lord has done. What we waited for has come to pass. See what the Lord has done.
So you're like, oh, so I can finally get pregnant. You're like, the devil has been put to shame.
Hey, has been put to shame.
Yeah.
Error came true.
So, and then fast forward, we started, the pregnancy journey.
Yeah.
And then we had the pregnancy book where you're writing.
Yeah, that was very cute.
Yeah. Did I buy it for you?
No. Who bought it then if it's not you?
Oh yeah, I did actually.
You bought me a pregnancy book, and it was just like documenting your journey, every phase, every week, how you feel, your symptoms, and there is like a planner. They have like the baby lists, going into the hospital, what should be in your hospital bag for
Mhm.
the baby, for you. It was like a guide for the whole pregnancy journey, and that journal was amazing. And then he had a space where you have your family and your friends um, um tell you if you're giving birth to a baby boy or you're giving birth to a baby girl. There was Team Baby Boy and Team Baby Girl. So that book is one of the books that I cherish till now. I still have that book in my possession. It was a very sweet thing to do.
So being in that space was one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life. You know, one of the things that I had looked forward so much was hoping to see, you know, the journey, progress, and then you just getting a very big nose,
And I
and
was not beautiful at all.
you were looking. I used to hear boys will mess you up. I didn't know until when you were pregnant, and then you look like when you were pregnant, you look you look like you were going through a lot.
I was going through a lot, obviously.
You look like you're going through a lot. I remember you sending me one picture. You're like, and your nose was like all over the place. I was like, what's this like? You like, do you want to know
And
like who?
you use that picture as a
Yeah,
sticker.
yeah, who knows?
Oh,
Because they're like, who knows tomorrow?
who did I get married
like,
to?
like, like you had like four people's nose on one face, and
my
then
my nose is already big now. Getting pregnant just
yeah,
expanded it.
yeah, your nose was like a lot of nose. Like you were too nosy. You were too nosy. So when you sent me a picture, the only thing I could see
Was
was
the
your
nose.
nose.
It was not
So
that bad, was
it
it?
was it was that bad, yeah.
Baby, come
It was
on.
that bad. All I could see was your nose. Like your nose was interfering, even in the. It was like as your stomach was growing, your nose was growing, and I'm sure you could even smell what was your neighbor was cooking.
Daniel 1, Joy 0.
You could literally know what your neighbor was cooking.
Daniel 1, Joy 0. My comeback.
And you have
Fear
to
my
like
comeback.
raise your nose to be able to eat because your nose come out.
Now you're exaggerating.
So and then your face was like, like your chin, your blush was blushing. Yes. Yes, because as the nose was coming this way, your chin or your
I'll
it was
take it in
going
good faith.
that way. And then when you sent me
I'll
the
take
picture, I
it
was
in good
like,
faith.
Jesus, 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 blood of Jesus, what happened? I was like, wait, what is going on here? And then eventually God did. And the nose started going down as the pregnancy did it even go down?
It didn't go down.
It didn't go down because I almost did not recognize you. So I almost did not recognize you. And then gradually,
At what point are you going to tell me sorry for
for
this, for what you just did now? For laughing at me when I was pregnant.
oh, we don't do sorry here.
We do sorry.
No, when we're dissing each other, we don't do sorry. Yeah, Daniel 1, you 0.
Tell me sorry.
Sorry about that.
You're not bimbo.
Sorry about that. So Fast forward to when, yeah, as the pregnancy progressed, you start having
Symptoms.
symptoms. And I remember saying, "Are you sure that's not your water breaking?" And you said, "God forbid."
Yeah.
And how did you feel when I said, "Are you sure
Well,
that's
I
your
did not
water?"
see the end. I didn't see it coming, to be
Mm-hmm.
very honest. I
Mm-hmm.
was still very positive. I was still pushing, still driving. So, when you said I felt some kind of way that I was losing my waters, and I went to the hospital and they said everything was fine. And when you said, "Are you sure it's not your waters breaking?" I I had too much faith, so I didn't buy that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went into the hospital, the doctor checked and she said it was okay. I was like, thank God. She was like, everything was fine. Your body is still closed. We can't see any active water coming out. Everything looks okay. Baby's heartbeat is fine. Baby is thriving well. Baby is still kicking. And I was still feeling baby's movement, the flutter waves and every other thing. So I was fine, right? Till what happened. Are we talking
So
about it on this life or
now we're
something
not talking
else?
about it on this live. So eventually we lost the baby,
Mm.
and we are back to
Trying again.
trying again. So how does it feel trying
To be
again
trying again.
after the
But
loss of a
this time
baby?
around, I am so positive. Nobody saw that pregnancy coming, not me, not you.
Mm,
So I have this mindset that the way the first one happened, the second one is going to happen. And this time around is going to be better than the second one. So I have strong faith that it's still going to happen. The first one felt like I was doing some things right and God came through for me. I'm a godly girl. I'm I'm someone that
you're a godly girl.
yeah, I'm someone that has faith in God.
Oh, okay.
So I have too much faith in God. God did not bring me this far or bring us this far to fail us.
Mm-mm.
If He did it before, He's going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So this time around, I'm trying actively with God, just as always. And I know that God is going to come true. I have so much faith. I have no disbelief whatsoever. I have no negative thoughts whatsoever that it's not going to happen. I'm not even sure that I've thought about that before, that it might not happen or it might take longer. Mm-mm. I have faith in God. I believe so much in God that it's going to happen and it will eventually.
Yeah.
So we are
So
back to trying again.
yeah, we're back to where it all
So
started.
how do you feel now? You talked about the way you felt before that Elkan's pregnancy. Like again.
Um, to be honest, I'm just living one day at a time, you know. But I'm relieved that you
Mm,
finally got pregnant.
mm,
Yes, we lost the baby,
mm,
but I'm relieved that you finally got pregnant
mm.
and you experienced pregnancy
Yeah.
and you can call yourself a mother.
Mm,
I can call myself a father,
yeah.
and I'm not putting pressure on myself. I'm not putting pressure on you.
Mm,
I just want us to live our lives. You know, if the pregnancy is going to happen, it will happen. If the
eventually.
pregnancy doesn't happen, or a rainbow baby doesn't come, then life will still go on. Life will still be complete.
It's going to come.
I'm positive it's going to
Yeah.
come. Yeah, but in a situation where,
I know you're a realist. You are my
yeah,
sister.
yeah, I don't want to live every day thinking, when is the baby going to come. We waited 4 years before the first one came.
Yeah.
I knew the happiness and joy that I had when you got pregnant, and I knew the emotions. Like, to be honest, I'm scared sometimes because we waited 4 years to have our first pregnancy, and then for some reasons, fault of the hospital,
We
we
lost the
lost the
baby.
baby. I'm I'm still I'm worried sometimes. I'm scared sometimes. When I think about it, like if we get pregnant again, is that one going to stay? I know that one will stay because this one was the fault of the hospital.
Yeah.
But some part of me is this realistic person that, you know, I'm scared sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel the way I felt when we lost Elkan.
Mm.
I don't ever want to be in that situation
Again.
because we're still dealing with the loss of our baby. So getting pregnant again, I'm scared. This is the first time I'm admitting to you, I'm scared, like really worried,
Well, I'm not
you know.
scared. I think I'm in a better place compared to when I was I was not pregnant, like before I got pregnant. I was always thinking, is this going to happen? Am I am I going to conceive in this life? Am I going to get pregnant? But when it happened, it just built me. It made me stronger. It made me believe and have faith that it's going to happen. So I will say I'm in a better place now
Mm,
than
mm,
where I was before I got pregnant. So
yeah.
I'm not scared. I'm not worried. I would say, but I'm just positive. I'm hopeful, and then I have faith.
Yeah,
That's one thing I think you should do. I know you're a realist. You tend to see things the way they are, but then why are we
I'm
Christians?
human.
We are human.
I'm human. And it's okay to be scared.
Yeah.
That's what makes you human. Yeah. It doesn't mean that you don't have faith,
Mm,
but it just means that you have that human emotions. Shifting that. You have that human emotion.
mm,
Do you understand?
mm.
So yes, I've got faith, but I'm also um I don't want to lose another child.
No.
That's how I can put it. I don't want to lose another child. I want us to carry that child to full term, nurture and grow old and die and leave legacies for those children,
Yeah.
for the
We will.
children,
We will.
So, but I know it will happen.
We will.
Yeah. I have this part of me that knows that it will happen. Yes, I'm scared. Not scared that we will not have,
Mm,
but I'm scared in the sense that I want us to have and I want us to keep, you know, have, take it to full term, nurture, bring the baby to life, baby sound, baby complete, mother complete,
and
father
it's going to
complete.
happen in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Fire! So, and I don't want to put pressure on you.
You're not putting pressure
I
on
don't want to put
me.
pressure on myself, which I don't, you know. And I like the fact that we don't really talk about it. Now you'll be referred to the
Fertility clinic.
fertility clinic. So it's more like deja vu. The journey starts again. What are you expecting at the fertility clinic?
Well,
I don't know what
I
happens
don't know
at.
what to expect.
Are you the TikTok researcher? You've not researched what happens at the fertility clinic.
I know what
What
happens,
happens? I
but
don't know what happens.
you're just going to go speak to them and they run series of tests on you. Well, the GP has done some tests on me and then on your own part as well.
Mm.
And they forwarded the results to them before I got that referral. So I'm going to ring them when it's time to ring them and book for an appointment. I know basically it's just going to, this is my idea. It's just going to be them. I mean, your test result is there with them, so they know where to go from there. They can tell you, okay, these are the possibly treatments that you can have. This is what we can do for you. This is how we can help you. And then, but I know it's going to involve medications and then intimacy.
Okay. Well, oh, oh,
You didn't see it, intimacy part coming.
no, I
That's
don't.
why
I
you were
just thought
like,
when you're referred to fertility clinic, they just handle whatever they want to handle, and yeah.
we are trying for a baby, so there's no way they handle what they want to handle without the both of us being intimate, we are going to be intimate and go back with the results. Go and
What
tell
if
them, okay, we've
what,
done it.
what if I don't
What
want
next?
to? What if I don't want to be
It's
intimate?
not possible, bro. It's not.
What if I just want to live my
You
life
cannot
and
live
then
your
just pop the
life.
baby out of your
Or the
mouth?
fact that you have me, baby. You have me in this space. Ha,
But
no,
but
we won't do it.
but like I said earlier, when you're trying for a baby, sex becomes a chore.
It's hard work.
Sex becomes work.
They tend to prescribe it one in the morning, one in the noon, morning and dinner.
What have I gotten myself into? So one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one in the night.
And then come back to us. It might be like that. That's my idea.
Is there a part where I just go donate my semen and they just save it somewhere,
No,
and then you can just go pick some
no.
and use? I mean, I heard we have like 10 million sperm cells or something, so they will just take like maybe 1 million and
No.
just deposit.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so this is our first live stream.
Yay!
And we don't know how these things work.
Yeah.
But we're just here sharing our fertility journey. We're trying for a
It's
baby
fun.
for 4 years.
The life is fun.
Yeah, we're trying for a baby for 4 years and eventually got pregnant. And after at the second trimester, we lost the baby because of
A lot.
a lot, especially incompetence from the hospital.
Yeah.
And then we are back to square
Trying
zero. And that's why we actually started this channel. We
Mm.
started this YouTube channel because we lost our baby.
Yeah.
And we were like trying to deal with our grief,
Mm.
and then boom, the idea came. I mean, you've always wanted to be a social media content creator person, but I've always been the away from limelight person.
I thought you wanted to say I've always been the shy one.
No, I have never wanted. If anybody had told me that one day I'm going to be doing a YouTube live or having my content on YouTube and having my own channel on YouTube, putting
will not
myself on
believe.
social media, I would not believe.
But yeah, we are.
So when we lost the baby, I was, we had that discussion and we're like, oh well, what if we have a YouTube channel where we turn our grief into purpose,
Yeah.
just share our lives, just put the camera in front of us and start blabbing. And then we started a charity in our baby's name.
Yes.
We started Elkan's Light Charity. So we have a charity, Elkan's Light Charity. And we are working
Preventing preventable loss.
Yeah, because our baby's loss was preventable due to the fact that there were 6 missed chances that the hospital missed, and it was over a period of time. It was from the first day that we went to the hospital. That's where the missed chances started. So when things started getting complicated again, they missed the chances, which would have saved our baby. So we decided to have a YouTube channel where we come in here, we just talk and hope that maybe one or two persons
would get to
learn, get to listen to us. This is our first live stream, and hopefully eventually we'll get better on the live stream.
Yeah.
And we started Elkan's charity, and we are now in that process where we are partnering with the NHS trust where we lost the baby. We're waiting to get everything on pen and paper, where we know how we're going to partner, because our goal in establishing that charity in Elkan's name is that we prevent one baby loss. Wow. So our joy and our hope is that if we're able to prevent just one loss, just one baby loss from happening, then our baby's death will be worth it at the end of the day. So we've interfaced with even the member of parliament. We are in that process where we're like, this is what we need to do, especially for Black and minority women, because they are mostly the ones that are at high risk of preterm birth, and also stillbirth as well, and also maternal death as well. And we realized that in the course of our research, that over 40% of baby deaths are actually prevented or preventable
Preventable.
in the UK.
Mm.
And that's oh, it was shocking for me when I realized that data,
Yeah.
that over 40% of baby deaths in the UK are actually preventable. And being a big country, being like a world power that it is a slap on the healthcare system, which is world class as well. They do their best. I used to work in the NHS, and I know what it feels like. You work in the NHS as well.
Yeah.
So we started this charity, and we are hoping to get to meet other um, pregnant women and also support them and make sure that they also get to like get that information that they need in order to prevent preventable death.
Yeah.
So now we are finally back to trying for a baby
Again.
again,
Back to the journey
back to the
again.
fertility journey, and we've given ourselves timeline.
Mm.
If we don't get pregnant, well, you'll be referred to the fertility
Yeah.
clinic at the moment. But if we don't get pregnant between now and summer next year,
Mm.
we're going to go for IVF.
Yeah.
So last year we were planning on going for IVF, and then you discovered that you were already 8 weeks pregnant.
Pregnant.
So we are hoping
It works
that
like that
we
again.
we do it again for a second
The way
time,
we did it
the
before.
way we did it again there before. So we are planning on going for IVF next year. And
So baby, hear it here.
so
Listen.
so wherever the children are, whether it is still
Listen.
here or it
Just the
is
way you
there,
guys did last year.
yeah,
Do it again.
yeah.
This
So we
year.
are planning on going to do the IVF if it doesn't happen naturally.
But for some reasons, I'm positive. I know it's going to happen naturally.
A stitch in time saves nine.
I am positive.
Do you know what that
This
means?
is my positivity.
Do you know what that means? A
I don't
stitch
know.
in time saves nine.
I don't know.
Meaning make haze while the sun shines. Yes, I'm positive
No,
that
it doesn't. You don't
I'm
sound like
positive.
you're positive.
I'm positive. I'm real. Yes. In the next couple of months, we're going to be 5 years since we got married.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been positive for 5 years.
Yeah.
And now it's time for us to take our destiny in our own hands.
Mm.
And that destiny is, if we cannot conceive naturally in the next 4 months, we are going to go and do IVF.
Preach, Pastor. Louder.
And we are consciously trying now. So you are going to do the fertility clinic appointment, and then we're going to go and try to see if we're going to get pregnant.
Yeah. So we are going to be taking you guys on this journey. I think we regret not starting this YouTube channel earlier, because we would have taken you guys on our previous pregnancy journey. But here we are, better late than never. So we are going to be taking you guys on this journey every step of the way. So what you do for us is to subscribe to our channel. Yes. It's a new channel. We are still growing. We have a couple of videos there that you can watch. So subscribe.
And we are very amateur in these videos. Like we've never had videos before. I've never edited a video in my life. Yeah. And then we decided to like start YouTube. Yeah. And just get to sit down here and
talk
and ramble. Just hope that one person is out there watching us. So if you are watching us now, please just click on the subscribe button, like our videos, and watch it and share. We have stories we want to share with you. We want to bring you on our journey to the next baby, our rainbow baby. Yeah. So this channel was started because we lost our baby. Yeah. Now we've got to that point where we are trying again. And we want to document the journey. We hope the journey is not as long as the other journey was. No. We're hoping that this is a very swift journey. Yeah. And we get to accomplish our goal. How are you going to feel when you realize or you finally get pregnant again?
Till we get there. You're
going to sing again. See what the Lord
has done. I know he's going to do it. See what the Lord has done. What we waited for has come to pass. See what the Lord has done. God bless you, Pastor Nathaniel Bassi, for this song for blessing our lives always and always.
So now, what I want to ask is, do you have any fears about getting pregnant again?
No, I think I've said that 1,000 times. I don't have any fear. You know, I had fear before the first
But remember,
pregnancy.
you want to document your journey. But I remember you saying next time you're not going to say a word when you get
How?
pregnant again.
I'm not going to say.
Like you're going to keep it to yourself. Like you're not going to share.
Yeah, of course, I'm going to keep it myself. I'm going to
But you want to
document, but it's
want
not
to
going
be
to be
talk.
in real time.
It's after you've given birth. That's what you're going to do. How does that even work?
You will learn
Who is
from
going
me.
to edit the videos?
You will learn from me. If you don't want to edit them, I'll get someone to edit them. It's that simple.
Okay. So how did it go? The first video on the channel.
What first
The
video?
first live video on the channel.
It went so well. I mean, we're just here blabbing, talking, and I know in the course of talking and blabbing, someone is going to pick something from it.